Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel, One Virgo to Another, Gigi, and I'm so glad that you're here. So today's video, I'm not going to hold you for very long, at least I'm going to try not to. So I did some meditation and I started doing the reading. So before I get into that, I just want to say this. Somebody here needs to know I got a quick message for you. Everything is meant to be the way it is right now. It's okay. It will be fine. I don't know who needs to hear that, but that is a message for you. The other thing I wanted to say is you might be seeing a lot of wildlife right now. By wildlife, I mean like rodents, rodentia, groundhogs, raccoons, squirrels, stuff like that. Um, it's okay. It's all part of the greater plan. You're on the right path. Okay. All right, so right now you are looking like King of Pentacles. Um, so everything is looking good for you right now. You are having the ability to continue to solve issues, practical ways, being realistic. Um, you have some good energy right now. You can control conflict. You also, the Nine of Cups came out. So you are celebrating some things. You're able to enjoy your success in spite of some of the other things that are going on in your energy right now. And I'll just flat out say it. Somebody's playing in your energy. And I know they are because they're playing in mine. I feel it. I mean, it is one Virgo to another. So 9 times out of 10, if something is happening in your energy, it's either has or will be or was happening in mine. So somebody's playing in your energy, um, and we are aware of it. We can feel it. One of the things that came out too, though, is that everything is in progress. So anything that you are working on, your projects, um, businesses, plans to go to school, maybe you're building a house, anything, projects, things that you're building, things that you're working on, in progress, things are coming along nicely. So even if you feel like setbacks or something like that, don't worry about it. Again, everything is happening in time, divine time, when it's supposed to happen. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Okay. Number 8 was what came out in terms of time, whether that's 8 days, 8 weeks, whatever 8 may or may not mean to you. The symbol that's on this card also represents something, and it means it's about creativity. It looks a lot like the infinity symbol. So trust, trust the universe, trust God, trust source, trust whatever it is that you believe in. You are where you are supposed to be. Things are happening the way they're supposed to happen, with the exception of whatever this is that's happening, this person playing in the energy, but you are protected. There's some game playing going on, but that's something else. Anyway, on to the reading. You may or may not pay attention to the color of my light. I recently just started kind of making it go with the reading a little bit. This reading, I was feeling the root chakra, the energy being played with. Root chakra, Cerulean is the stone. Self confidence. We're not going to let somebody play in our energy until they are dancing on our self confidence, because we're not. There's no need for that. Our self confidence is strong. Our root chakra, sacral chakras are strong. If you want reinforcements, Cerulean, red. The affirmation that goes with that is I am. I am strong. I am me. There's only one me, right? I am. So, anxiety is what happens, insecurity, procrastination, irritability, physical issues in the lower body are what happens when our root chakra is out of balance. So, red foods, beets, onions, strawberries, red jasper, ruby, garnet. You get where I'm going with this. Anyway, on to the reading. Um, So what came out is perspective. Was you're better off without whatever this individual is that's playing in our energy, your energy. When they are not around, you feel clarity in your space, in your head space. There's happiness that comes in. This person brings chaos and fog. Again, you may or may not remember that I said that's often a mark of a narcissist. They bring a lot of chaos. There's always something going on. You can't even see what's going on in the background because they're always in your face creating nonsense. They don't want you to be able to see the big picture because they're trying to keep you from finding out they're a narcissist. They don't want you to see it. Uh, they've made you feel withdrawn. They've made you feel lonely. That's intentional. But when they're not around, you don't feel that and you recognize it, you see it. They create conflict. There's really a lot of incompatibility there when you really look at it. 9 times out of 10, this person probably spends a lot of time in conversation trying to convince you how much you all are alike. You're just like me. We share this in common. These are all our compatibilities when really it's not. They're trying to convince you. So you put up some boundaries. You had to draw a line, realize enough is enough. In doing so, this person recognized that you pulled back your energy. Now they are longing for you. They want to come toward you. They probably have made attempts to contact you. They want to show you something, tell you something, bring you a message, but you've got them blocked. Um, you don't want to talk to them. You found a way to get away from them. They feel left out in the cold because you've escaped, you've gotten away from them. And you're in doing so, they think you are shallow. They're finding things because they feel rejected. They are finding negative things to say about you. They feel abandoned, dismissed, and so they actually it's like up in the air. They find positive things to say about you. They miss you. They love you. They want to tell you things that love bomb you. But then on the other hand, they want to say um, negative things about you too because you won't talk to them. So they're kind of stuck. You know what I mean? It's a teeter totter, up and down, up and down, up and down, because they want to see you and you won't let them, or they can't get to you for whatever reason, whether it's a physical boundary or just an emotional blockage, whatever it is, they can't get to you. So it's a positive, it's an up and down, up and down. Um, there's something about this energy. This person has either used some form of magic or attempted to use some form of magic, sex magic, glamour magic, black magic, um, just manipulation, some sort of something. And the fact that they won't go away is a problem. They continue to be in the energy around in some capacity. Um, it could be that you have not actually finished. This chapter is not completely finished. Some people would say this is a twin flame situation. Here's the thing about that. It is possible that this is a twin flame situation and that this is um, not a meeting that's going to last. If it's a twin flame situation, it keeps happening over and over again in lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It doesn't mean it works every time. So, because it's pretty dark. So it could be that it's not going to happen this lifetime. Either way, this energy is dark and it needs to be corrected. So this person's behavior needs to be corrected because without them, you do well. With with them, you don't. They drain your energy and they bring you down. This person is very low vibrational. They don't um, bring good energy to you. They drain your energy. And that's not usually a good sign. I think in a good coupling that both parties should bring energy to one another. You know what I mean? So give me more on perspective. Actually, give me more on this energy, on this person. Yeah, it could be that this person is, as many would say, a twin flame, but it doesn't keep the situation from being dark. What else? Yeah, this person is definitely has an ego problem. Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, dealing with this problem or this person, um, is it creates an ego problem for them and for you. What else, please? The Six of Wands in reverse. Hold on. Yeah, dealing with this person causes you depression and intense anxiety is the problem. They drain your energy. They feel better. You are wishes granted for them. They drain your energy. And I'm pretty sure we talked about this before. Advice for Virgo. Right on the floor. Hold on, Virgo. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, advice for you is to basically move on. When you move on, you get a Knight of Cups. That's come out before. Yeah, you get to be yourself with the Knight of Cups. This person takes you out of your character. You're the person that's um, keeps you in despair and conflict with yourself, makes you put up boundaries, puts you in Nine of Swords energy. They don't. You aren't able to be your full natural self when you're with this person. That's unfair. Because, and I think the reason is because when you are, your complete energy source is in jeopardy if you are your whole natural self with this person. And in a whether you recognize it or not consciously, you sort of are aware of it. So you recognize that you have to reserve some of your energy source. Whereas moving forward with your King of Cups, you get to be your whole natural self. Oh, Hermit came out there. That's an important thing to recognize. Yep, that's an interesting message. That, and I think that overall, the full message here, Virgo, is to move forward and find your peace. Have your peace. This is a test overall. Like, don't deal with this energy. If you've gotten away from it, keep moving. I've said that before. There's no point in going back to it if you've gotten away from it. If you haven't and you're making moves to get away from it, and that's what this 8 days, 8 weeks is, you've got plans to make moves, do it because something good is waiting for you. Inner peace. Like don't mess with this. It's not worth it. This is Not worth it when you can move forward and be yourself. Look at these people. And clearly, this is where you are. This is happiness. So stick with that. This is not worth it. Not worth it at all. And the moves you've already made or in the process of making is cause death on this anyway. Whether this is twin flame or not. Like I said, this is not something, this is not good for you, and it's not something that's built to last, whether it's a twin flame or not. This is not supposed to be not something you're supposed to have to be dealing with. So good job. Like if this was the test, then you passed. You stop dealing with this and you get this. You get this in working in this time frame. And then you get an opportunity, you heal your um, root chakra, perhaps your sacral chakra, and then you get some balance. Because it's not fair. You've been working on yourself, Virgo. We've been working on ourselves. It's what this is. This whole time frame is about. Is we're getting our harvest. This is what this is. I mean, that's what we've been doing is working on ourselves. We're getting our rewards, and it's not fair for you to have spent however much time building and working on yourself so that you can get reap the benefits, get your rewards, to have to deal with somebody who hasn't worked on themselves and has refuses to, won't work on themselves. They don't think there's anything wrong with themselves. Mark of a narcissist, right? They don't even think there's anything wrong with themselves. They think this is okay. They think it's okay to bring you the bare minimum. We know that's not okay. It's not okay for anybody, but especially not somebody who's transcended, who's done the work, who's healed or is healing. That's definitely not okay. That's not fair. That's not right. It's not just, it's not righteous. And they've had however long, and in my guess, from, in my opinion, my best guess, more than one opportunity. You've given them the blueprint. They didn't handle you well. They weren't righteous with you. They probably had you in a third party situation, whether you know it or not. Yeah, probably not very worth it at all. How are we doing on time? Yeah, I'm not going to keep you long today, Virgo. I hope I've done something to be a little bit of a help, a little bit enlightening, a little bit encouraging, if nothing else. And if there's anything more I can do for you, you know how to reach me at one Virgo to another at gmail.com, or feel free to leave me a comment. It would be great if I could get a thumbs up, a share. Um, and I look forward to speaking with you again very soon, Virgo. So, as usual, love, peace, and chocolate. See you next time.